Hey up guys! So today's movie I'm going to be discussing on the channel is one that I've been looking forward to for a while. It's Celine Song's debut feature, Past Lives, which has had a very warm reception since its premiere at Sundance, and there's been a lot of love and praise for this film on Twitter. So my anticipation levels for this film has only risen the more time that has passed. I feel like I'm the last film blogger on the planet to have seen this film, but I finally saw the film last night and I can confirm that it truly is beautiful. And it's one of those movies that is going to affect every person that watches it differently. You're going to walk away from this movie taking something from it that is unique to you based on your own personal experiences. The film is set over 24 years and tells the story of a ships passing in the night romance between two Korean children called Na Young and Hae Sung, who were childhood sweethearts but were separated when Na Young's family immigrated to Canada when she was a young girl. 12 years pass and now the characters are played by Greta Lee and Teo Yoo, and they find each other again on Facebook and rekindle their friendship. Hae Sung is still in Korea working as an engineer, and Na Young, who's now going by the westernized name Nora, is living in New York working as a playwright. But neither one of them has plans to leave where they are. Another 12 years pass, and Nora is now married to another writer called Arthur, who's played by John Magaro, but Hae Sung finally makes the trip across the world to see Nora in New York. And these two childhood sweethearts are finally reunited after 24 years apart. It's a very simple story about the complexities and nuances of life. And the film doesn't really offer any answers because nobody really does have the answers to life. And that's why I believe that everybody that watches this film is going to experience it slightly differently, because the themes are very universal. It's about love, friendships, the paths not taken, longing, loss, and reconnection. We all experience these things differently, but after the credits rolled and I had a chat with Glenn and my friend Alex about this film, it was interesting to see what they took away from it and how it related to their experiences. Like, there is something very relatable about past lives. Like, life is nothing but a series of phases that we go through, and we often look back through a different lens and see what we were when we were kids, when we were teenagers, when we were young adults. And yeah, I think we can all look back and lament on the lives that we could have had if we'd made different choices or things worked out differently. So yeah, this movie will speak to every person, but in a slightly different way. Admittedly, it did take me a little while to get really absorbed in this film. I did find the first third of it a little bit slow, but then I realized on reflection upon the film, which again is another theme of this film, reflecting on the past, I realized it needed to be slow in order to let the weight of Nora and Hae Sung's relationship really flourish. But the further on this movie went, the more invested I got in it, and the last third of this film really hit me hard emotionally. The ending of this film really packs a punch, and it does it without resorting to cliche or melodrama. Really, it's thanks in part to the understated performances from Greta Lee and Teo Yoo, as well as Song's restrained writing. It's an ending that's unremarkably remarkable and extraordinarily ordinary, and that's what gives it its power, because it's raw and real and honest, and somehow manages to be both devastating and cathartic all at once. You better believe it left me sobbing. The ending of this film is just wow. Like, you're gonna be ruminating on it for weeks after you see it. What really stood out to me about Past Lives was Celine Song's screenplay. Celine Song's screenplay. It's actually quite fun to say. Try it at home. There were so many lines of dialogue in this film which I adored. I haven't written this many direct quotes into my little movie notebook in so long, but some of the ones which I had to jot down were, if you leave something behind, you gain something too. You make my life so much bigger. I'm wondering if I do the same for you. And he's really masculine in the way that is so Korean. It really is such gentle, poetic dialogue, and there are so many scenes in this which are just absolute gems, like the carousel, the scene with Arthur and Nora in bed, the bar scene, as well as the heartfelt goodbye right at the end. Let's talk about its Oscars chances, because I can't not see Past Lives being a player during awards season. I know the film came out at Sundance, but this is a film I strongly believe will maintain its momentum all year round, like Coda, like Everything Everywhere All at Once, simply because of the emotional impact of the film's ending. I know critics love this film, but this also won the Sundance London Audience Award as well, so audiences are clearly loving it too, and I think it is going to be the little indie movie that does surprisingly well at the Oscars, and I can see it being a potential dark horse to be a Best Picture winner. And with that, I can see a potential directing nomination for Celine Song, but if Celine Song's gonna win anywhere, most likely it'll be for Best Original Screenplay, because yeah, this is one of the best screenplays I've seen so far this year. It's so personal and so all-encompassing and relatable and just gorgeously written, and so she needs to be nominated for Best Original Screenplay, and if she wins, I would not be surprised. I can also see this film getting some acting nominations as well. The most obvious one has to be Greta Lee for Best Actress. It's not a screamy, cryy, look at me, I'm acting performance. No, it's a very grounded and well-rounded performance. One that's more akin to like Frances McDormand in Nomadland than, say, Jessica Chastain in Tammy Faye or Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere. Greta Lee's performance as Nora is so authentic. Like, she feels like someone you would know personally in real life. And it's the spaces in between the dialogue between Nora and Hae-sung where so much is said by Greta Lee, but without her actually saying anything. Like, you can see the emotion and the nuance and the subtext of what she's feeling and the decades worth of history that they have and what she's feeling internally as to what we're seeing externally. Like, that is some powerful acting from Greta Lee, and I loved it so much. I think like she's close to a lock for me to be in Best Actress. Not sure if she's our eventual winner yet, but I feel very confident she is going to be in our 5. And if she's not, I am going to bitch about it. Teo Yoo and John Magaro are certainly going to be in the conversation for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, respectively. Neither of them feel as certain to me as Greta Lee is, but if Past Lives is one of those films that the Academy loves, then it would not surprise me to see them get nominated. I especially love John Magaro's sensitive performance as Nora's husband, Arthur. It's one of those performances that does so much with very little. But part of me does worry, is it too small of a performance to grab enough voters' attention? Is he going to be outshadowed by like Robert De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon, or Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer, or Ryan Gosling in Barbie? But yes, I am hoping he shows up in Best Supporting Actor, but I'm not confident on it. So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch it again? Absolutely. Love this film. Would happily watch it again, although I probably would need to be in the right mood for it now that I know it's coming. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Just yes. Like, when the quality of the acting and the writing is this good, it's an easy recommendation. But if you're a fan of films that really explore life, like, say, the work of Richard Linklater or Woody Allen, then yes, definitely go check this film out. This one's for you. And if you're an award season enthusiast like myself, then yes, this is an absolute must-watch. It is a little slow to start with, but trust me, the rewards at the end of this film are absolutely worth it. And third question, what score to give it out of 10? It took me a little while to get really sucked into it, but yeah, this film really earns its ending, and like Charlotte Wells' After Sun, this really is a spellbinding debut from Celine Song, and I'm gonna give Past Lives a score of 9 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you. Have you seen Past Lives? If you have, what did you make of this film? What did it mean to you? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed the video, help me out with a little thumbs up button for more movie, TV, and Oscars-related content. Lost my Oscar. For more movie, TV, and Oscars-related content, don't forget to click subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, the Oscars, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.